Akhanda is a 2021 Indian Telugu-language action drama film written and directed by Boyapati Srinu starring Nandamuri Balakrishna in a dual role alongside Pragya Jaiswal, Jagapathi Babu and Srikanth. The soundtrack album and film score is composed by Thaman S. Released on December 2, 2021, Akhanda opened to mostly positive reviews from critics and criticized because of its encouraging pseudoscience, poor graphics at the climax. The film still became a commercial, grossing over 150 crore worldwide, emerging as the second highest grossing Telugu film of the year and the highest grossing film in Balakrishna's career. Akhanda is featured at the 53rd International Film Festival of India in the Indian Panorama Mainstream section. Plot: Gajendra Sahu is a wanted bandit, who is escaping from the police. During the fight between Gajendra's men and the police, Gajendra gets wounded through his own ammunition and is thrown into the water. He manages to find shelter in a temple under the guidance of a guru. Gajendra murders the guru and becomes the temple priest. Gajendra is now a powerful crime boss, who manages organized crime and illegal mining in the Andhra Pradesh. Meanwhile, Ramachandreya and his wife are blessed with twins, in which one of them is stillbirth. Suddenly, an Akhanda arrives when the mother is asleep and reveals to Ramachandreya that the stillborn child has a non-peaceful destiny that leads to the destruction of all evil, that matches with that of Lord Shiva. Ramachandreya hands over the stillborn child to the Akhanda. The Akhanda drops the child into the bag of another Akhanda while he is meditating and quickly walks away. The child, who is placed in the temple of Lord Shiva, comes to life after a drop of holy water from the oscillating gopuram falls on the child, and the child is then raised under the protection of the Akhandas and eventually grows up under the aegis of Lord Shiva and names the child Akhanda Rudrasika Ndar Akhanda aka Akhanda. The other child grows up as Murali Krishna. Years later, Murali Krishna is a respected leader of Anantapur district who is revered by the people when injustice shadows them. Saranya Bashipali is a newly appointed DC and falls for Murali Krishna after learning about his dedication and commitment to society. They get married and bear a daughter who eventually falls sick, where Murali Krishna finds most all the children of the district suffer from unknown illnesses. After a thorough investigation by Saranya's principal secretary Padmavati, they deduce that the illness is actually due to the rich deposits of uranium that are being illegally mined instead of copper by Varadarajulu and Gajendra's associates. Varadarajulu is a merciless brute, who tortures the mining workers for mining and has contacts with corrupt government officials with the help of his brother DSP Ranjan. Murali Krishna confronts Varadarajulu and his men and vows to save the village. Varadarajulu approaches Gajendra, who devises a plan and sets up bombs inside the hospital owned by Murali Krishna. The blast kills many people in the hospital, including Central Minister A. Bharath Reddy. He is then arrested by NIA officer Krishnamakarya Perumal, on the charge of assassinating the minister. Meanwhile, Varadarajulu's goons chase down Saranya and her daughter to kill them. Saranya flees with her sick daughter into an ancient cave that houses an old temple of Lord Shiva and comes upon Akhanda, who is now an Akhanda, with supernatural powers deriving from Lord Shiva. Akhanda, being a manifestation of Rudra, annihilates the goons and protects Saranya and her daughter. Learning this, Gajendra and Varadarajulu get Ranjan and his men to kill Saranya and her daughter, along with the rest of the family, but Akhanda arrives and kills all of the officers except for Ranjan. Akhanda interrupts Gajendra's ritual by killing Ranjan and warns him. Gajendra then goes to Prachanda, who is a Kapalik Tantrik, to kill Akhanda. Meanwhile, Akhanda finds Padmavati at a river and brings her back to life, and finds out through his yogic powers that Varadarajulu and Gajendra had found out that she wanted to expose their illegal activities, and Gajendra has her killed and thrown into the river. After seeing all of this through his mystic vision, Akhanda arrives at the mines and kills Varadarajulu's men and kills Varadarajulu. When Krishnamacharya Perumal questions him about his misdeeds, Akhanda reveals that anyone who disturbs the very balance of nature needs to be eradicated and walks away. Krishnamacharya Perumal learns about Murali Krishna's innocence and releases him from custody. Gajendra and Prachanda devise a trap and place a cursed death spell upon Saranya's daughter, knowing that Akhanda will surely go to Kasi and perform the Mrityunjaya Puja to free the child and bring her back to life, thereby they could kill Akhanda when he's performing the puja. Akhanda starts the ritual and Gajendra and his men interrupt by throwing weapons. Akhanda bears the pain and finishes the ritual successfully. Saranya's daughter is brought back to life. Lord Shiva enters Akhanda and manifests Akhanda with mighty powers from Shiva and wreaks havoc upon Gajendra and his men. Murali Krishna arrives and joins Akhanda in the fight. Akhanda destroys and kills Gajendra and decapitates Prachanda. Murali Krishna unites with his family and Saranya's daughter asks Akhanda to stay with their family, but Akhanda disagrees and promises the child that he will arrive whenever the child is on the verge of death and destruction. Cast: Nandamuri Balakrishna in a dual role as Akhanda Rudrasika Ndar Aghara and Murali Krishna. Pragya Jaiswal as Saranya Bashipali IAS. Jagapathi Babu as Aghara Baba. Srikanth as Antapuram Varadarajulu, the owner of the copper mining. Nithin Mehta as Gajendra Sahu. Purna as Padmavathi IAS, Principal Secretary. Sharath Lohitashwa as Krishnamacharya Perumal, a NIA officer. Avinash as Ramachandarya, Akhanda, and Murali's father. Vijay Chandrasekhar as Dharani, Akhanda, and Murali's mother. Suresh Chandra Menon as Jagajath Chauhan, a businessman. Subaraju as Central Minister A. Bharath Reddy. Prabhakar as DSP Ranjan and Varadarajulu's younger brother. Sravan as Varadarajulu's youngest brother. Ayappa P. Sharma as Prachanda, a Tantrike. Naga Mahesh as Rajappa. Shamak Chandra as Murali's fan. Baby Deshnajavahi as Janani, Saranya, and Murali Krishna's daughter. Production. Development. The film marks the third collaboration between Balakrishna and Boyapati Srinu after Simha and Legend. It was formally launched at a private event held at Hyderabad in December 2019. The film was tentatively titled as BB3 and NBK 106. In April 2021, the film's official title was unveiled as Akhanda. Cast and crew. Saia Shah was cast for the film for an undisclosed role in November 2020. Later, she left the project due to an unknown reason. It was also reported that Anjali will be part of the film. In March 2021, it was also reported that the action director duo Ram Laxman has left the film after working for few action scenes. They were later replaced by Stun Shiva. Speaking to the media, in December 2021, Siva told that I allocated 80 days for Akhanda. Of them, up to 65 days went into mounting action sequences. The rest of the days went into discussing with the director how to elevate the scenes. Ever since the director narrated the story, I started thinking about how to make the fights novel. Initially Pragya Martin was cast for the lead actress role. Few scenes were also shot featuring her, but was later replaced by Pragya Jaiswal. Pragya was cast in November 2020, after which she joined the production in December 2020. She was part of a 33-day first schedule shot at Hyderabad, Tamil Nadu, and Goa. In an interview with the Times of India, she said that I had to join the film sets as soon as I was roped in, so my prep time was very little. It took me a while to transform myself into the character, and that happened on the sets of Akhanda. I had taken a few references from the real-life lady cops and noted every detail related to their dressing, mannerisms, and small big details. Stylist and costume designer Rams has been roped for designing costumes in the film. Speaking to Nishita Nayapati about designing costumes for Balakrishna's dual characters, he told that given Balakrishna's larger-than-life persona, I wanted to create looks that would remain memorable for years to come. Boyapati Garu gave his inputs as well, and we put in a lot of effort to choose specific fabrics for his look. We also designed his tattoos and the Shiva Lingam locket that he uses in fight scenes. Filming. Principal photography of the film began in March 2020. After the filming was halted due to COVID-19 pandemic in India, final schedule of the film was resumed in July 2021 at Hyderabad. Few scenes of the film were shot at Gandhi Institute of Technology and Management, Hyderabad campus. Filming of climax scenes of the film began in end July 2021 at Tamil Nadu. Most of the action scenes were features Balakrishna and Srikanth. These action scenes were choreographed by Shiva. It was reported that the scenes were shot at Jinji Venkataramana Temple in Villupuram district of Tamil Nadu. As part of the final schedule, the team next headed to Goa in September 2021 to shoot songs of the film. Filming was wrapped up in October 2021. Music. The film score and soundtrack album of the film is composed by Thaman S. The first single from the soundtrack, Adaga Adaga, was released on September 18, 2021. The second single Akhanda title song was released on November 8, 2021. The last single of the album Jai Balaya was released on November 27, 2021, during the pre-release event of the film held at Hyderabad. The music rights were acquired by Lahari Music. Release. Theatrical. The film was initially planned to be released on May 28, 2021. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic in India, the film was delayed to December 2, 2021. The Tamil dubbed version of the film was released on January 28, 2022. The film was also dubbed in Hindi under the same title. Home media. Digital distribution rights of the film were acquired by Disney and Hotstar for 15 crore. Satellite rights of the film were purchased by Star Ma. The film was premiered on Hotstar on January 21, 2022 and became the most watched regional film on OTT platforms. The movie had its television premiere on Star Ma on April 10, 2022. Reception. Critical response. A reviewer from the Hans India rated 3 out of 5 stars, and called it Balakrishna's one-man show, adding living up to the expectations. Akhanda also showers a mass treat on the fans. The film is impressive in the way it was made. However, the reviewer was critical of predictable plot and screenplay. 123telugu.com rated the film 3.25 out of 5 stars and stated, Akhanda is a feast for hardcore fans and Balaya gives them ample moments to cherish with his stunning act. Writing for the Times of India, Nishita Nayapati wrote, while the basic premise of Akhanda is interesting, especially the way Boyapati sets it up by weaving a historical story with mass moments in a way only he can, he soon loses the plot and gets carried away with giving Akhanda and Murali mass moments that are sure to elicit whistles but don't do anything for the story. In her review for The Hindu, Sangeetha Devi Dundu also echoes the same. The film gets tiresome post-intermission and the incessantly high-voltage background score doesn't help either, she added. The Indian Express critic Manoj Kumar R said that the film was an assault on the senses. Kumar was critical of Boyapati's usage of spirituality to provide a moral justification for the character to slaughter people with impunity while trying to appear as pro-progress and pro-rational. In another negative review, Ram Venkat Srikar of Cinema Express wrote, Akhanda is a quintessential Boyapati Srinu outing where logic dies a brutal death even before the title appears and the audience die a slow death for the next 167 minutes.